Absolute dynamite. Oh my goodness.
This is Coon Cassis for IFL TV in association with MTK Global.
It's a bit awkward, isn't it?
A little bit.
It's really awkward. Really, really awkward.
Why is it awkward?
He's a kid.
Yeah, but no one can see him.
Yeah, but he's quite quiet on this carriage, and you're just like, this is Coon Cassis, I think.
Mate, it's alright. It's not like a library.
Alright.
Have you been to a library?
No, mate, never. Never been
No,
to
when's the last time you went?
Well, it wasn't last weekend, was it? Probably.
No, but is it the same system still? Like, take your library card there.
Oh, shut up, mate.
No, take your library card there. You take the books home. If they're late, they fine you. Does that still happen?
Where are you going with this? It's completely... It's just so random. I last went to a library when I was at college.
Okay. That's all you had to say.
23 years ago.
God. 40. How are you?
Very well, mate. Just on our way to Liverpool. Looking forward to it. Great card. Great card. All domestic. First time in a long time. Long time. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championship fights all involve British fighters.
There's some right pick'ems here tonight. There's a few of them.
I mean, it's not
difficult to call.
Yeah, it's like really good. Got a really good trade card, and then you've got a great main event domestic world title fight. So, but we're always, how many times we've been saying we want to do more world title fights on Sky, domestic world title fights, and this was something that we wanted to do. I'm looking forward to it.
Any shocks?
I think literally every fight's 50-50, apart from Smith Ryder. I think the only one that could be a shock is if Ryder beats Callum Smith, and he's bang out for it. I mean, I don't know. Did you watch the press conference? I know you didn't bother to go, but
I was at an MTK weigh-in.
So I think that Tony Sims, I don't know if you watched it, gave like almost like this little bit of a war cry speech.
I've seen it.
He actually cracked up during the speech, as in not laughed, but choked up. Sorry. And he's got a very close relationship with John Ryder, like almost like family. And I think they kind of feel like everybody's written them off and not giving them a chance, which I think is absolutely true, don't you? I don't really think anyone's giving Ryder a shot.
I don't think anyone outside of his team.
You know, Callum's reputation worldwide in the fight, like inside the fight game, and from the fans, is like that of a beast. And I just don't think many people give many people a chance against Callum Smith. And I think John, what I'm pleased about this fight is this was always going to be the homecoming fight, but rather than pick someone from the top 15 who just happened to be available at the right price, the mandatory come up and he chose to fight his British mandatory, and John deserves a world title fight. You know, he came back from when he lost to Rocky Fielding, close fight in Liverpool, on points. I thought, yeah, that's probably it for John Ryder. And then he come back, they gave him a shot at Patrick Nielsen in the World Boxing Super Series, and he knocked him out. Do you remember? Great knockout. Then he knocked out Jamie Cox. Then he beat Sorokin in the final eliminator. Then he went to Vegas and beat Bilal Akawa on the Golden Boys card. Another great win. He deserves his time. And this is his moment. You know, like, he'll be sitting in his room right now thinking, I've just got to beat this guy. I'm WBA world champion. I'm Ring Magazine world champion. I could fight Canelo. It's a massive opportunity for him. And Callum's got to defend his throne, if you like.
He definitely deserves it, I think. Kind of listed. And some of them fights he was kind of tipped to lose as well.
Yeah, I mean the Nielsen fight particularly. Even the Akaway fight, you know, he was the away fighter on the Golden Boy show. So he deserves it, and he'll give it everything, and he's confident. I think one of John's problems for a long time was he didn't have the momentum and the confidence, and now he's got it. But he's fighting a brilliant, massive super middleweight.
In the early hours of the morning, Sky Sports.
Big night on Sky Sports, by the way.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
You have to big it up, don't you?
I do bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm paying homage.
You have to pay homage to the schedule. Last night, MTK, Golden Tournament, great show. Tonight, Liverpool, and then into Wilder, which you're about to ask me about.
All for nothing. Well, not for nothing,
No,
but
but
this subscription.
Should have. I feel like we should have charged for the weekend, really. You know,
Really?
last night, Callum Smith and Deontay
How much
Wilder.
is all that worth?
40 quid as a $39.99 pay-per-view, I think.
Yeah. Triple header.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people would actually buy that.
I don't know. I'm not going to try and find out.
No.
No.
A lot of the videos I've seen this week, kind of from the Wilder Ortiz fight week, have contained the name Anthony Joshua in it.
Well, what a surprise. It's just
That includes our videos, by the way.
yeah, I just think it baffles me where he's like, if Andy Ruiz wins, I want Andy Ruiz undisputed fight. But if Joshua wins, well, that's not going to happen. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's so, the only thing I can think of is that people are brainwashing Deontay Wilder that Joshua doesn't or hasn't ever wanted this fight. Like, if AJ wins in Saudi, what do you think he's going to want to do? Honestly, like, you know, that's the fight, the undisputed fight. So, never mind, that's some geese coming in. So I don't know what he's being told, or whether like it's not a case of he don't fancy it. Like, Wilder's not afraid to fight AJ, but it's the way he talks. Like, he's so dismissive of the fight. I can't understand where it all comes from. So, and when AJ had the belt, was he ever saying one name, one faith, one this? And now that's all he's saying. But I'm looking forward to the fight. I must admit, you know, I think.
Any shock? No.
I don't think so, but it wouldn't surprise me. Like, you have to understand, in my opinion, Wilder's very, very dangerous, but he's also very, very limited. So anybody that can box will cause him trouble. But if you get caught by him, you're in trouble yourself. But Ortiz can box. For me, the worrying thing is that Ortiz hasn't looked good at all since his defeat to Wilder. It's not like he's been looking $1 million and banging people out early doors. He's laboured to like a points win, late stoppage and stuff like that. So, but he does look in great shape.
Right spanner in the works, isn't it? For the heavyweight division.
But that's why it wouldn't surprise me, because that's just how it plays out. Sometimes karma, you know, karma that we didn't get this fight on, and all of a sudden AJ loses, Wilder loses, and then maybe AJ beats Ruiz, and, well, I don't know, but it's
But if you was to put money on it,
well, you back the favourite,
back your man.
if you're gonna
Not your man,
yeah. Brilliant. This is brilliant times for the heavyweight industry. You got potential Wilder Fury fight. You got AJ Ruiz in 2 weeks' time. I was on the way to meet you today, just thinking about AJ Ruiz, and just like I was getting chills, you know, because AJ put a video up of him. Did you see him in the tennis school? I was watching it, and like, I can't tell you how hard he is trained for this, like, and not just hard as in output, but mentally, like, preparing himself for this fight to try and you got to understand, with AJ, he's been boxing since what, 16, 17, 18, right? He's still got so much to learn, and he's always been a student of the game, but this camp particularly, I can't tell you how much he's put into this camp, and I have to say, I'm really proud of him, and I feel like me and you, but you should be proud of him as well, because like, this defeat hurt bad, right? And he's dusted himself down, and he's gone, I want it again, and I don't want to warm up, I want it now. And you've got to give him credit for that. He's never ducked a challenge. And if he beats Ruiz on December 7th, he will go down as one of the biggest heavyweight wins of all time, and it's going to be epic. And I'm nervous, I'm excited, I'm pumped. I mean, can you imagine? We're standing there in an open air, purpose-built stadium in the desert, right? And AJ and Ruiz walk out to do battle in the rematch. I mean, there is levels to this, bruv.
Would he have dealt with a defeat to a Wilder or Fury easier than that Ruiz
No, I don't
defeat?
think so, because
But why?
they're
Because
50
they're 50-50, so it's
Yeah,
like you
no,
go into them
they
fights thinking anything can happen, but
yeah,
you
no,
didn't
but this
think
was
that
this
with
was the
Ruiz.
worst. This was the worst, wasn't it? It was, we're going to America, the American debut, fighting this guy. You're expected to win. You're going to bang him out. Look, $1 million, and onward you go. This turned the world upside down. You know, when you talk about it's a 50-50, you know you can lose. When you don't think you can lose and you do lose, that's when everything comes crashing down. Now, if you lose a 50-50 fight, I was a 50-50 fight, you know, I'll come back. But when you lose in that scenario, they're the hardest ones to swallow. When you know you shouldn't have lost. That's what eats him up, because he's a perfectionist and he's a competitor and he loves to win. So you can sometimes accept getting beaten in a fight where you knew, you know, but when you believe you shouldn't be beaten. You know, the media stuff the other day, he had a brilliant line where he said, I rate, you know, they said, do you not rate Aj-Ruiz as a boxer? He said, I rate Aj-Ruiz as a boxer. I think he's a great fighter, but I don't believe I should be losing to him twice.
What did you think about his comments on Sky that he said, you know, when I beat him, I want you all to like bow down to me?
But that's the edge, AJ. That's like, you got to understand the stick that he's had there. So coming through, even since the, I don't know, probably since the Parker fight, oh, you ain't in no real fights. Like, you don't want to fight Wilder. Then he fights Povetkin. Oh yeah, but he's old, isn't he? Then he fights Aj-Ruiz. Oh, Aj-Ruiz, what a joke. You know, blah blah blah. He's useless. He's this. Bang, gets beat. Oh, what? Oh, you're overhyped. You were a joke all along. Like, you aha. Like, this is what the public's like. You know what I mean? So you've got to, and you can't. It's easy to say, no, I'm not going to read that. You can't ignore them. And he's had to put up with all the stick. There's been a lot of people that have supported him and backed him. Proper people who realise that he's a proper geezer. But there's been others who try to mock you, criticise you, hate on you. And I just think they're the, you know, don't get me wrong, that scenario spurred him on. Because he likes proving people wrong. And I think that comment is if to say, for those people, yeah, if I win this, don't come and put your arm around me again. You know, tell me I'm the king. Because if he wins this fight, make no mistake, he's the fucking king, right? And I can't wait. But what he's saying by that is, I think he's just got to a stage where I don't think it matters what I do. Maybe I'll never get the credit. So when I win, Kim, bow down to me, tell me I'm the king. It's a bit of an, I think he's like almost like a no context hand one, really.
Are you thinking about what happens if you don't win?
No.
As a promoter,
really.
you've got to be surely thinking what.
It's a bit of a lie. Like, a lot of people have said to me, if he doesn't win, do you think he'll retire? I'm saying, not in a million years. He's got so many improvements to make, win, lose or draw. Obviously, it's gutting, and it would be devastating for him to see. It'd be devastating to see him lose, not for Anthony, but for me, because I know what he's put into this. But if he lost, what would he do? He would have 3-4 months off. He would go back to the gym, and he would come back next summer. But when he wins, he's going to come back, and he's going to be the king, and then he's going to pick up the Undisputed Championship.
I can't wait for Saudi, I'm not going to lie.
But the whole week's going to be unreal. It's going to be unreal, and it's going to build. And you can, you know, normally on fight week, you can start to feel it. You know what I mean? You get that feeling. It's a little tingle.
Tingle in the balls?
Yeah, that one. And you can feel the event and the hype growing. I felt that about 2 days ago. The start of that. That's normally the Monday fight week. We've got 2 weeks today. This is absolutely colossal.
I was going to use that word.
Colossal.
That's mad thing, brother. I was going to use that word.
Isn't it? It's colossal. Colossal. The biggest fight of the year, the biggest fight of the decade, the biggest fight of the century.
Alright.
Come on.
Come on. I was talking to someone the other day about it. And they were like, I said, when are you going to Saudi? I said, next Sunday. Oh, but you're looking forward to that. And I went, well, yeah, obviously.
I think people think that it's like that no one lives there or no one even knows about this
I
fight.
just come back from Saudi. It's
Yeah.
like fucking.
It's like Dubai. I mean, I know you can't drink there, but everything else is. It's like
It was good. I did.
it's really good. And people think that you're going to the desert for a fight, and it's basically a couple of camels, and that's it. They do that, don't they? They don't realise it's a proper. I mean, wait till you
I
see.
think it's just to go watch the boxing,
Yeah, I know.
see a couple of camels and come home.
But it's like the entertainment they've got all week for Diriyah season, the acts they've got performing on the night as well. Blow your mind.
What? Who you said to me earlier off
Yes.
cam? Or you messing?
I'm not
Come on, bro.
telling you.
Serious things.
Serious things. You're going to be watching it. You're going to be like, jeez.
Alright, we'll wait and see. Dylan White still hasn't been confirmed or not confirmed to fight on the card. What's going on?
Not done yet. Just working it all out. Hopefully get it done at the weekend. 70-80% chance.
So that's your final fight. That's kind of replacing the Quigg and Carroll fight. I've seen some comments from you that you will still look to put that fight on somewhere.
Yes, I would like to put that fight on end of Jan, early Feb,
What, could it go on the Miami card?
possibly, or even a UK card. I'm trying to work on Chisora-Usyk, and obviously you got Chisora Parker as well. So it's very likely that
Get Usyk over.
it's very likely that Derek Chisora will fight in February,
At the O2?
or Manchester. Actually, is coming tonight, I think.
Okay, it's interesting. So talks going well with Team Usyk?
Yeah, I think at the moment there's this WBO, IBF, both got mandatories for the winner of Joshua-RUIZ. So generally in that situation, the two governing bodies will get together and say whose mandatory was first, which probably
WBO.
is the IBF,
Why?
because it's chronologically that way. But in a lot of
Stafford.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all
in a
your
lot of
luggage
cases,
belongings
sometimes the
with
governing
you,
bodies say
and
no,
please
no,
mind the
ours
step
is
down to the platform.
so
Thank you for
you've
travelling
got to
with
vacate a
Virgin
belt. But
Trains.
so
But they're all kind of on board with the issue, surely.
yeah, they're talking at the moment, but what Usyk's thinking is, I don't want to wait around till next summer. I want to fight again. You know, he had nearly a year out, and he fought 6-7 rounds with Chaz Witherspoon. So he likes the Chisora fight, and Chisora's up for fighting Usyk, and I think it's a really good fight. Really good fight.
Could this feature on a heavyweight night that you wanted to put on, or not necessarily?
Maybe. I've got a lot of fights to get out that are most of them actually aren't heavyweights. So
Interesting. What? When are you going to announce Farmer and Diaz?
well, that's our Miami card that we're working on at the moment. We've also got big news coming for our February card in America.
In West
Coast.
Coast, Vegas,
And,
LA,
Close.
close.
And that should come. All of those announcements will come pre-Joshua.
2 weeks away.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that Farmer and Diaz fight.
Good fight.
Definitely. What's the venue in Miami? They're looking at?
That is a purpose-built arena from Verizon, who every Super Bowl create an arena for one-off special events on the Thursday, Friday and Saturday before Super Bowl. So you have like a big pop concert, and this year
How many?
we're working with Verizon and Dazn to put a boxing event on for the first ever time. 4,000.
And this year it's now
What
around.
part of Miami is it?
Change
South Beach,
services back towards the Midlands, services back down
Hearn.
south, and services towards Manchester. If you are leaving us here, do check you have all your belongings with you. Do take care when stepping from the train to the platform. It's a station called Stafford.
Shout out Virgin. Edward. Tonight, Liverpool. What access have I got tonight, mate?
This is you're going down the fight heart question, aren't you?
No, I'm just asking what access
You've
I've
got access. I will actually say this. I don't know how you always get the access you get, because I do often look at you floating around backstage and think, how are you even in it? But I think where
Can I
you
say one
know
thing?
all our staff, no one really stops you.
Can I say one thing?
Go on.
In my defence, yeah.
But I'll say this. We're talking about the fight home. This is
Article.
what you're alluding to, right? What is your job?
Mine.
Yeah,
To
to
get
get as much
content.
access as possible.
Yeah, access and content.
Right. So, like, you've blagged that.
Totally.
Right. congratulations. But you've gone out and done it. You've fooled me, you've tricked me, or I know you're trying to fool me and trick me, but I realise you do good numbers and it's good for our event, good for the narrative, good for the show, good for the sport. So I don't have an issue with it. The other stuff, which, like, saying, Dazn pay the media to cover the events. They don't pay the media to cover the events. Oh, Matchroom might. I did a thing where I said, sometimes I'll pay for some media. Got some media coming out to Monaco next week. I want exposure for the event. So it's called hospitality. I said to someone, the event, Andrade, put Dan Raphael up in a hotel. Oh my God, he put Dan Raphael up in a hotel. Oh, you villain. I mean, Dan Raphael works for ESPN and he will have a budget to go to shows. So if I say to a journo, come to the show, I'll put you up in a hotel, no problem. What part of common sense? Like, how thick are these people to think that the world doesn't work like that? In fact, I'm going to start praying for more journalists and more media to come to our hotels who are delivering the numbers. But isn't that common sense? Am I missing something? And like, someone tweeted me, oh my God, I can't believe Hearn admitted getting a journalist to a hotel.
Yeah, but is this like, do you know,
what
the night before a fight, you will take out the officials for dinner?
Not really. You might take out, if you've got a big fight, for example, you and the other promoter would host a dinner in the hotel with the board and with the judges. You make it sound like, in terms of the officials, it's not like, oh yeah, we'll take them all out.
No, I know.
But with the journalists, same thing. How many times have I taken the journalists out for dinner? You probably wouldn't know because you weren't invited. Loads. I did it in, when was the last one? I think it was the Providence event, or it might have been Texas for Hooker Ramirez. It was in Texas for Hooker Ramirez. We went out for a lovely steak, a few bowls of red wine. Cost me a nice few quid. Is that naughty? Should I not be taking the journalists out? I mean, what is this? Are you living in the dark ages? But it's not. What I'm going to do is, I'm only going to get you to Wagyu if you give us a bit more exposure. Know what I mean? But it's just like, guys, you've made the effort to come. You're covering my event. I really appreciate that. Would you like to come for dinner? ESPN, The Athletic, whoever it is. Oh, guys, can you come? Appreciate you might not have the budget to cover this, but let me take care of your hotels.
Can I say one thing, yeah?
I'm not bothered about it. You're really bothered about it.
I'm not bothered about it. No, really I see what it is. It's the reasoning. It's not actually what was written in the article. It's the reason to why they want the article written and to put in.
They're having a dig at you as well, aren't they?
Well, about apparently IFL allowed to film in areas that are prohibited.
Probably true.
Probably, but can I say one thing in my defence? See, the access we have today was the same access I had 9 years ago. I don't know any different.
Yeah, but also, you've achieved that access. So, who, with regards to the article, who are you criticising? Are you criticising IFL for getting the access, or are you criticising me for giving you the access?
Can I make a little thing here? Yeah. Our relationship and access is with you and Matchroom. I'll tell you why. Is because I'll point this out. When Umar went to the Canelo fight with Kovalev, he didn't have that same thing because
he hasn't. But
it's not a design. It's not a design thing. It's like our thing with you and Matchroom.
But it's a common sense thing. You're delivering big numbers. If you weren't delivering numbers, do you think I would spend time with you? No. Right?
You said this twice now in a week. It's like
but
I really like a bit like.
But I'm old enough to not bother about lying.
To be fair, can I flip? Yeah. If you were putting on 3 shows a year, and if you weren't really that big time as you think you are,
You wouldn't be covering my shows.
I wouldn't be
But
like,
there you go.
I wouldn't be like hanging
But-
around
but-
you on a train going to Liverpool, going, Ed, can we do an interview? I'd be like, Ed, see you later on.
Yeah.
A couple of minutes
Yeah,
later.
you'd be sitting up there. But I don't know. Is it something that Brits get but Americans don't? Like, is it offensive in America? Like, for me, it's just common sense. It's the hustle, it's the grind, it's common sense. So with Fight Hype, they spent years and years getting unprecedented access.
And fair play.
Yeah, they earned it
Yeah.
to Floyd Mayweather. At no point did anyone, well, shouldn't have anyone come out and gone, I mean, just the Fight Hype access to Floyd Mayweather is unbearable. No, it's not. You fucking deserved that access because you went out, you hustled, you worked behind the scenes, you befriended him like you befriended me, right? And actually, it's worked because our relationship and what we've done together to grow the sport is, you know, we're like, you and me are like trying to get it like, not Del Boy and Rodney or Laurel and Hardy because they're kind of like on the same level. So we need someone who's up here and someone who's down here.
Don't put yourself down, mate. So we are. Come on, mate.
No,
you're
but
doing
it's
all
like
right.
it's like a double act, and it's worked together, bounced off it, and it, again, look, let's be brutal.
Other people are making money off
You
us.
are using me, and I am using you. As long as we know that, we won't fall out.
And to be fair, we've never had a fallout in 9 years.
No. But as it goes,
I think once
we've
you
half
kicked off-
we've half become mates because we've spent that much time around each other.
Once we had
Like,
a
you're
little
not
thing,
the
didn't
kind
we?
of geezer that I would particularly want to hang around with, but we've had no choice. And as we've spent time together,
But why? Why do you have to even say that?
yeah, bit,
What, because I'm not on Millionaire's Row?
you are now.
Not yet.
Come
Not
on.
yet. Come on.
Yeah, so I just thought it was a bizarre article. And by the way, like, if you're Dazn, like, maybe I'm just so commercially brutal that I'm not looking at another side of this. But if you're Dazn, don't you want as many journos as possible covering your events? You're a new brand, you're a new business, you're a new platform. You want as many eyeballs
Should I,
on. I mean,
can I
so
flip
if I
it?
was Dazn, I would be paying for everybody to come. The media.
Can
I
I
would make sure they had the best hotels, they had the best access, they had the best tables at the press conferences. We've now put screens up to make sure the press experience is great on our US shows. I mean, maybe I'm either, like I said, too commercially brutal or too honest.
do people think that if you're paying for the media, you're maybe subconsciously trying to influence their reports?
No, I think
and
the other way
reporting?
around. You're not trying to influence their report, but maybe they feel like the
You
reports
are,
will be influenced.
Right, okay.
Does that make
Okay,
sense?
yeah.
So if you're a journo and you're coming in, you've got a hotel room paid for, going for a nice steak, you're going to be positive. Maybe your report won't be as balanced as it should be. I guess there's an argument to that, but that's not. That's down to the journo.
That don't apply to us because A, we're not doing this, and B, I love videos of people slag you off.
Yeah.
I thrive for
But
that
you're
shit.
normally the one that does. But you do all your other interviews. You never quiz anyone apart from me.
Oh, we're going through that again.
No,
aren't
but
we?
it's true. But what I'm saying is it doesn't work with you. So what I'm saying is the access that I give you don't make you ask me easy questions or come up to me and go, "Hey Ed, what should we talk about today? Tell me what you want to say," and I'll ask this and I'll ask that. With you and me, it's real. It's never a scripted
I
interview.
don't think people realise that. Like, I don't think people realise that when we do stuff, we don't sit there and go, what we're going to talk about. And you have no idea what I'm
We
going to
have
ask you.
never done an interview and I've gone to you, "What are you going to ask today?"
Never.
Or you say to me, "Is there anything you don't want me to ask you?"
Right.
No.
Never.
And to be fair, no one's ever said that to me in an interview. Not even Boxing Social, Behind the Gloves, Fight Hard, like whoever. So
The only time I suppose I can think of, which was I had to appreciate a tricky situation because there were certain things I wasn't allowed to ask was over the Dylan White stuff.
all right, yeah.
But
No,
I spoke to Dylan White's team about this and they were like,
No, but what happened there
you gotta
was
be
I
careful.
wasn't going to give in any interviews. We were in Dallas,
with Andy,
and
yeah.
I said I'll do an interview, but I just want to warn you. There's some.
Yeah.
I'm not, one, I don't know, and two, there's certain things that are legal and confidential, and that I can't talk about. But ask me what you want, and I'll answer it best I can.
hold on. So in summary, are you going to take our access away because of that article? Because that's what I've really been concerned about for the last.
No, I'm banned Fight Hype from all their events. No, they're Fight Hype are welcome. I like Fight Hype. I just don't understand. And you can't like. Is it Ben who runs Fight Hype?
Yeah.
He's saying, well, I didn't write it. It's like, mate, it's your site.
Yeah, that's
like,
my point.
You can't. Doesn't mean you got to agree with it, but
You're accountable.
the
If it comes on your side.
no, but hold on. There was a purpose to the article. It weren't like, oh, I just logged on my own site and I've noticed there was this story there from this geezer. There was a strategy.
What disappointed me, Edward, is that I've got on with Ben Thompson, or get on with Ben Thompson. That's what I was like.
I don't mean to cause trouble or anything like that, but he's always told me you're a bit of a prick.
He probably is right.
No, he has, genuinely. No, I'm being serious.
All right.
He hasn't really. Well, yeah, a little bit.
I'm a bit of a knob.
Bit of a knob, but not a prick.
Knob. I was just disappointed. But anyway, we move on.
Yes.
Liverpool tonight.
You can't keep everyone happy. I mean,
Tried.
give it up, mate. I realised that a while ago. You just got to stay focused.
Tried. What? Right, little run through of your 6 shows.
6 shows in 28 days. Tonight we're in Liverpool. Callum Smith defends his WBA, Ring Magazine, WBC Diamond World Super Middleweight Championship. Craig Glover against Chris Billam-Smith. Absolute cracker for the Commonwealth Cruiserweight Championship. Great narrative in that fight. You've got Chris Billam-Smith with the McGuigans. You've got Craig Glover, managed by Tony Bellew. A must-win for both guys. Really interesting little contest over 10 rounds for the WBA International Super Welterweight Championship between Anthony Fowler and Derby's Harry Scarf. Scott Fitzgerald in attendance tonight, looking at a possible outdoor event in the summer, but Harry Scarf on a great run after his recent victory over Jack Flatley on Channel 5, looking to upset the apple cart, the Birkenhead Liverpool derby, Sean Mashadod against Tom Farrell. And a little bit earlier, a little cheeky Facebook special, 6 p.m. James Tennyson against Craig Evans, final eliminator for the British Lightweight Championship. Next week, we just take a little cheeky trip to Monaco, don't we? And over there, what a corker we've got for you. Joe Caldina moving down to super featherweight, taking on Enrique Tinoco. Saw him stop Jordan Gill recently. Very interesting fight. Heavyweight Zilin Zhang from China, undefeated Big Bang southpaw. Sergey Kuzma has broken his foot and is being replaced by Andrei Rudenko from Ukraine in that fight. Straight after that, we've got Hughie Fury against Pavel Sauer, looking to bounce back from the Alexander Povetkin loss. And then the First Lady, the undisputed World Welterweight Championship, Cecilia Breakhouse. Unbelievable fighter, taking on Victoria Bustos. See her give Katie Taylor a great fight in a mandatory defence of her IBF World title. The main event next week in Monaco is a barn burner. Alexander Vesputin against Butayev, all-Russian World WBA World Welterweight Championship in Monaco next week. It's a cracking show. Then the big one, the fight of the year, the fight of the century. Anthony Joshua rematches Andy Ruiz for the Unified World Heavyweight Championship. Cannot wait for that one. Unbelievable chief support. Alexander Povetkin against Michael Hunter. Another heavyweight fight, Filip Hrgovic against Eric Molina. Could even see Dillian White on that card as well. And a cheeky little 8-rounder gone under the radar because it hasn't quite been announced yet. Majidov against Tom Little as well on that card. Then we come back, 12th of December, the launch of Matchroom Spain. Do not miss it. Sandor Martin against Bristol's Joe Hughes for the European Super Lightweight Championship. David Avanesian against Del Rio, defence of his European Welterweight Championship as well. We leave there, and then the week after that, we're back at the glorious Bethnal Green. Richard Riakporhe against Jack Massey for the vacant British Cruiserweight Championship. Great fight on that card. And also Fabio Wardley against Simon Vallely for the English Heavyweight Championship. Luther Clay as well against Freddie Kowit. And then we go on to Phoenix for the final show of the year. Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs steps up to super middleweight to take on the son of the Mexican legend Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Chief support for that fight. Martinez against Rosales for the WBC Flyweight World Championship. Maurice Hooker returns against Pedro Campo. Liam Smith and Josh Kelly on that card as well. And then we are done for Christmas. Do not miss it. Sky Sports, Dazn is the place to be. We working, we out.
Edward Hearn, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll catch up with you after tonight's activities.
Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Is special. Absolute dynamite. Oh my goodness. Here we